welcome back to, or welcome to Cooking with Pouncy. This evening we're going to do, that'll be you and I, we're going to do a variation of a Greek salmon salad or salmon Greek salad that I saw somewhere along the line. I thought it looked really, really good, and it's going to be very, very tasty, I'm sure, as well. And I cheated. All my ingredients are chopped up. I'll let you see those in just a moment. I bought a bag of salad that's already got all of the ingredients in it, but we'll follow through with that process as well as we put this salmon Greek salad together for you. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I would certainly appreciate that if you have a mind to, and pass this on as you see fit. I'll be back with you in just a little bit. Okay guys, here we go with our ingredients for this salmon Greek salad that we're going to throw together here, or a variation thereof. And as I indicated prior to as well, I've got all of my stuff all chopped up already. We're going to do some cucumbers here. I've got a fourth of a cucumber, which I diced. I've got a half of a red bell pepper. I've got a half a pint of cherry tomatoes. These are already sliced, each one of them. I've got some walnuts here, chopped walnuts. That's going to go in the salad. I've got some diced red onions as well. So I've got all my ingredients here that's going to go on this salad that I've already purchased, if you will, in terms of my greens, okay? And as you can see, it's actually packaged as a Greek salad here, and it's got all of your dressing and stuff in there, and there's some feta chips and stuff like that in here. But we're just going to, again, this is a variation of the actual recipe that I saw, and we're going to just put this whole thing together, okay? And again, let's see now, here's my salmon right here. I think that might be about a pound of salmon, and I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to pan sear it. I could have taken it out to the grill. It's getting cold out, and I think it's raining out there too. So we're going to season this and pan sear it. I'm going to be using some olive oil, and I'll coat this just a little bit with this olive oil. Okay, you can use any oil of your choice. It doesn't have to be olive oil either, but that's what I'm going to use for that. And I got some feta cheese here that I showed you earlier too, and that's what I'm going to be using here as well. This is crumbled, all right, and my walnut. So that'll be an ingredient list in terms of how much I had. I've got some coarse ground black pepper. I'm peering down at the camera here, guys. Some coarse ground black pepper that I'm going to be putting on this fish as well. Another ingredient I'm going to use is this, seafood magic. You guys have seen some of this stuff in my videos. It's really, 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 one more time, really good. Don't use too much of it. You can certainly over-season anything, but watch your seasoning or your sodium when you start using this stuff and salt as well. I don't think I'll be adding any more salt other than this, because it does have salt in it, all right? I think I'm going to stop rambling now, and then we're going to get this cut. I have to put my gloves on. I'm going to wash this off. Then I'll pat it dry, and then I'll put a little oil on it, and then we'll pan sear this. It's got skin on it, so maybe I'll show you how I take that skin off as it cooks as well before I cook the other side, okay? So bear with me once again. I'll be back with you shortly. Here's our salmon. I've washed it, pat it dry with a paper towel here. I sure did. And then, so now we're going to, just put my gloves on. So now I'm going to grab this one here, a little oil like I told you a while ago. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil on it, just to have my seasoning stick to it. All right, bear with me for 1 second, guys. I got another one of these. Bear with me for 1 second. I've got it. Okay. All right, so let's put just a little bit. I'm talking a half teaspoon maybe. All right. And there it is. That's all I need right there. And that's about a half teaspoon. So now we're going to shake some pepper on there. Like that coarse ground black pepper I was telling you about. Okay. Just making sure it's coated with pepper. Okay. And let's take some of this seafood magic, and we're going to do the same thing. This is to taste. And I've used this many times before, and I know I'm not putting too much on there, okay? Because I'm going to be putting some of this on there once I take that skin off. So I'm going to pan sear this first. Pan's pretty hot already, I think. I've got about a tablespoon and a half of oil in my olive oil in my pan to sear this salmon with too, okay guys? I'm peering because it's hard for me to see with my glasses on that close. So this is about ready to go right here. And I'll put a little bit more of this right here on that corner. All right. And this is ready to go, and I'm gonna cook it this side down, inside down, first, and then I'll flip it over and get the other side in with the skin. All right, guys, we got our salmon. Oil is hot. I've got it at about a medium high, and I'm just gonna put it right in the corner so I can coat this fish in this huge pan I've got here with this oil. So here we go, guys. You want to hear that searing, and that's good. That's a good thing. Tells me my pan is hot enough. I'm going to move it toward the center here. And we're going to start to sear this. And it won't take long. You don't want to overcook that salmon either, okay? I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit more oil in there because I think I'm going to need it when I flip that over. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Give you another teaspoon. Okay. Now we're getting ready to flip this over. Again, I'm going to have it on this side for about, I'm going to say 2.5 minutes. And then I'm going to turn it over with the skin side down and let it start to shrink away from the fish. And then I'll take that skin off, and I'll show you how I do that in just a bit. So bear with me, stand by for a little bit more. And as soon as this gets going pretty good and cooked for that 2 minutes, I'm going to turn this over, all right? So, as you can see, I turned that over. I just kind of gingerly rolled it over so as not to break it. Starting to cook pretty good here. And I cooked it about probably 2 minutes on the other side. The skin side is down now, and again, that skin is going to start to shrink back away from the meat, and I'm going to find one of those little corners that's there so I can peel that skin right off of the entire thing. I'll put some seasoning on that part. You'll see me do that right here, I think. I'll put some seasoning, the same seasoning I put on that side, and so it's to get some good flavor in this salmon fillet here, okay? And I kind of move it around the pan to make sure it gets coated with that oil. I've not added any more oil to it. And that's probably going to go for another minute. It's been cooking for about a minute thus far. It'll give it a total of 2. So once I pull the skin off, I'll probably cook it for another 2 minutes. That's probably going to be 6 minutes, 7 minutes, all total. And it's going to all depend on this here and the firmness of it. You don't want to overcook it. It's cooking really nicely here now. It's about ready for me to turn it to get that skin. I'll show you that. Some of you guys have probably already done. You might wonder, why did I take the skin off prior to? I don't usually take the skin off prior to. I want that skin to stay on there until I'm ready to flip it over. And I think it permeates the fish with that fat from the fish itself into that fish. And once I peel it off, I'll show you. I'll show you in just a minute here. It's looking pretty good. And we certainly are going to not have it undercooked, so it's pretty thick right here. You may be able to see that or not, but it's pretty thick here. And that's the belly part, so that's pretty thin. So you go from this here, you see this, to like that, okay? So all the way down from 1/4 of an inch up to almost an inch, a little more. So let's now take this off, and we're going to put it on our platter here. We're going to take our pan off. We don't want that pan continually heating while we're trying to do this little operation. So let's take this and flip it over. There, so I got a corner. It's pretty crispy here now, okay? All right, so I got a corner. I just peeled off one little corner right there. And as you can see, it's coming right off. So I'm going to run I can see out of your way. I'm going to run my spatula underneath there as I'm pulling up on it. I'm pulling up on the skin, pulling up on it. And you can see it's coming right off. Coming right off, guys. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. In fact, if you don't know how to take that skin off when it's raw, this is the easiest way to do it. But the entire skin is going to come off of here, as you can see. There it is right there. That's the entire skin, right? So let's just get that out of the way. And we're back over here. Now, if this had any excess fat on it, and sometimes salmon does, I would take a butter knife and just scrape it off. But what we got to do now is season this portion. Remember? Seafood magic stuff. I keep trying to call it something that it's not. So let's sprinkle some black pepper on here. And I'm doing this again just for more flavor. I want the whole thing flavored, not just to have that one side with flavor on it, okay? So, there we go. Got our seafood magic. On this side, I'm going to put my pan back on here. I have about 5 hands to do all this stuff, I'll tell you. So let's do that again with the seafood magic. We're almost done. I'm making a big deal out of this. It's not a big deal at all, guys. So let's do that. We got our seasoning on there again. Pretty hefty amount. It's not going to be too salty. All right, so let me shake the pan a little bit and see if I maybe need some more oil. I might not. I'll just got to look at it. I got some in the corners of this. The pan is really thin, so you need probably a thicker pan. I can't show you the thickness of it, but it's pretty thin. So we're going to, without wrecking this piece of salmon, let's just do this and get this back in our pan, okay? That side down that I just seasoned. And we'll let that cook a little bit. I'm not going to cover it, just going to let it do its thing. And that'll probably take another minute and a half, and it should be perfect. I've actually cut it in half, which is what I was going to do, and have it portioned already before it went on the salad. I'm going to start putting the lettuce and stuff on the salad bowls, so that when our salmon is done, we can just take it right out of here. But I'm going to cut it, obviously, after the fact, and put it on the salad. So I'll be back with you in just a little bit. There's our cheese right here. I'm trying to make them mirror each other here. And just kind of dress it up a little bit. Because guess what? At the end of the process, it's all going to go get all mixed up together anyway, right? So you got a cheese there. We're just going to make it kind of pretty. If you can call food pretty, I sure can. And anyway, let's put some onions here. Let's put some red onions right there. How about a few red onions right here? And then we'll do some cucumbers. Let's do some cucumbers right here. Right there. And we'll do the same thing over here. As you guys see this come together. I'm just ad-libbing here, guys. You can do whatever you want to do with your own salad. That's going to be good. It smells good. That cheese smells really good, guys. I'm going to get some good stuff here. Good stuff here. The original recipe that I saw called for some sort of dressing that was mixed. It's real easy. I don't remember what it was called. Here's my red peppers. Let's put a few of those right here. All right. And a few more right here. Keeping in mind, we're trying to get all these colors blended together and make it look good enough to eat. All right. And I got some cherry tomatoes over here that I sliced in half, if you remember. Put some of those there. Let's put some of those right here. This is a half a pint of tomatoes. It'll all be in the ingredient list for you too, though, guys. And I got some of those there. What else I got here? I got some walnuts over here. Let's do some walnuts, and we'll put some walnuts right there. And we'll put some right here. You guys tell I'm kind of fussy and goofy with this food? I mean, that's starting to look really good, though, guys. I'm telling you, it's starting to look really good. How much more damage can I do with the walnuts here? I think that's all I need. I don't know why that one fell off and fell by itself, like it's in charge of something here. But there you have that. That looks good, guys. It really does. So I don't need any more onions. Maybe a little more onions on this one here. Again, I'm ad-libbing, guys. You can do what you want to do with your salmon Greek salad. And here's that dressing that I was telling you about. And we're going to leave that till last, okay? That was already in that packet that I showed you early on, too. Let's take our fish, which I took off the burner over here just a little bit ago. And I'm going to do this here. And again, I should have cut it in half before I cooked it, but I didn't. So there you have that. So let's do that, all right? We're going to cut this. And I'm going to lay that fish somewhere in the middle here, guys. Okay? Well, let's just do that right now. I'm just going to try to divide that in half. Remember, there's no skin on it. I took the skin off. I did that real fast like that, guys, so I wouldn't rip that fish, and that's why I did it. My knife is also very sharp, okay? So now let's take these portions. They're still very hot. I'm going to put one right here. Okay. Looks good. Still looks good. I didn't wreck the whole thing. Thought I might, but I didn't. And that fish looks really good, guys. Looks good. Real nice and flaky. And I'm just going to kind of snuggle that one right in there, too. I'm telling you, it looks good, guys. I'm telling you right now. It smells delicious, too, guys. It really does. And that's going to be called our salmon Greek, or variation thereof, salad. There you are, guys. I think they look absolutely delicious. And we're going to have these for supper tonight, guys. Again, can you see those? I think you can. And we're going to have these for supper tonight, guys, and they really, really look scrumptious. And thank you once again, guys, for tuning in. If you like what you see, guys, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really, really, really appreciate that. And I hope you come back. And if you like what you see, hit the like button. pass this on and share it as you see fit as well, guys. So again, thank you so much again, and good night.